Hi friends, today I'm going to demonstrate you what are the basic concepts of MongoDB data model. So as you guys already know, MongoDB is non-SQL family of database, and it's something like document oriented. And the main thing is MongoDB stores data in JSON format, JavaScript object notation, like that. But the thing is, it convert the entire file to something called BSON, which is binary representation of JSON file. So these are the basic concepts, and the thing is you need to understand a data model properly. And so before explaining MongoDB database model, let me explain RDBMS so that you can understand the difference between RDBMS and MongoDB. So in RDBMS you will have something like databases, and in the databases you have tables, and in tables you have something called rows, which is unique entity. So for example, if I have a student table, so if I have a student table and I have to store their marks and names, I will store something like this. Say ID and name Alex, and maybe his marks 100, and the second thing is same as usual, Alex, for example Dean, 200. So this is the way how you store in RDBMS. So this thing is called a row. So this one is another row identity, and this whole thing, this entire, is called a table. So this is the format, or this is the data model of RDBMS. So most of the guys know it. So now come to MongoDB. So in MongoDB it's entirely different. As I said, it's JSON oriented. So we will have something like database as usual, and in database consists of something called collection, and whereas collection, it's a document, not row. So forget about spellings here. So you can understand now. So document is somewhat similar to rows. So here document is not physical entity like text or word, it's as a JSON code JSON block codes. It's not a physical entity. So document is similar to rows, and whereas table is similar to collections. So documents, a lot of documents, maybe 100 documents or 200 documents are stored in a collection, and maybe a lot of collections are stored in database. So again, document is not physical entity, it's just a JSON block code stored somewhere in memory. So it's not physical entity. So this is about the basic data model. And when we talk about document format, so each document will consist of something like this. So here, as I said before, each row consists of like this, and whereas here each document, so this document consists of JSON syntax. So JSON syntax is something similar like hashtags, I mean key pair values, like associative arrays in PHP. So this is basic JSON format. So here you will have something called field. So in my case it's name, and its value here Alex. So forgive me if I'm going very slow, it's just a way to demonstrate each and every one. And if you want to add another, sorry, it's not comma, it's actually semicolon. And if you want to add another column, just like mark. So this is the format of document. Sorry, forgive me. So this is the format of JSON. So here name Alex and mark 100. So that's the way how you store data in document. And the main thing is each in RDMS, each and every row should follow the same schema. For example, same thing, name and integer, mark, string, integer, the same format. So no matter how many rows you add, all the rows should follow the same schema. So but whereas in MongoDB, your another document need not to be the same schema. You can add another field, you can delete one field, or you can change the data type of particular value. So it's something called a dynamic binding. Mono, so that's what they mean by MongoDB follows dynamic schema, not binding, dynamic schema. So this is another point. And so when we talk about declaring names, these names, sorry, not names, these fields should not contain periods or dollar signs. And there's a reserved word called id, so which is almost similar to primary key. This id consists of a unique identification for each document. As I said before, a collection consists of lot of documents. So in order to identify each and every document particularly, this MongoDB server maintains something called underscore id, somewhat similar to primary key. And again, name and its value. So this is about fields. So when we talk about values, so these values need not to be particular primitive data types. I mean, these things need not to be a string, date, or integer. So that's the beauty of MongoDB. So you can even store another documents. For example, if I have another document named first name, so if I have another document which stores first name and last name, I can directly specify here. So again, f name and its value, and last name and its value. And another beauty is you can even store array values. So if you have 2 or more names, something like nicknames, I can even store here in square braces. So and you can store documents, you can store arrays, and you can create new objects like new data of or new time of, you can do something like that. So that's the basic difference between RDBMS and MongoDB. Let me recap again very quickly. So database in RDBMS, data model, database, tables, and table consist of rows, whereas in MongoDB, database consists of collections, and collection consists of something called document, which is a JSON block of, so JSON codes. And as I said, MongoDB follows dynamic schema, which needs not to be the same schema for each and every document. And finally, I have explained about these name specifications, as it can hold documents, it can hold other arrays. So these are the basic concept you need to understand in MongoDB. So still there are a lot of concepts available out there. So I will explain each and everything while I am programming in next tutorials. So thanks for viewing. Stay tuned.